Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we have another pick a card, and today's pick a card is going to be a mystery reading. The reason why I'm calling it a mystery reading is I'm using the Show Me deck, and it's a deck full of prompts. So we're picking 7 of those cards per pile, and then we're going into the tarot, of course. We'll have layers to that naturally, but the first card that is shown to us will be the main energy or theme that Spirit wants to talk to you about. So, that being said, for pile 1, we have some runes to choose from. The first rune we have is Dagaz, which stands for, awakening, awareness, and enlightenment. I think it's this way. Then we have Eihwaz, which is strength, reliability, and trusts. And then for pile 2, we have Mannaz, intelligence, forethought, and skill. And then we have Thurisaz, cleansing, catharsis, and change. Pile 3, we have Ingwaz, common sense, caring, and love. And Perthro, hidden meaning, fellowship, initiation. Take a second, see which pile might be calling to you, and let's see what mysteries Spirit wants to reveal to you. Welcome my pile 1, Dagaz and Eihwaz. I'm gonna put you over here for now. Dagaz and Eihwaz. If I pronounced that wrong in the beginning, Eihwaz, not Eihwaz. Okay, let's spread out your cards. Okay, my collective of pile 1, let's see what Spirit wants to reveal to us. The overall, the overall theme for your reading or your mystery read is a helpful resource. I feel like Spirit is saying for you right now, the mystery information is this Dagaz energy, the spiritual awakening, the awareness, the enlightenment. This is going to be the helpful resource for you to find that strength, reliability, trust. You know, there's this whatever particular I feel phase that you're in when it comes to this enlightenment or awareness in any capacity of awareness of self, awareness of a situation. It feels like that's going to be your most helpful resource moving forward. Let's see. So the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot is going to tell us the emotions behind this helpful resource as to what the overarching theme is for what the Spirit wants to talk to you about. And this other deck, which I will find the name of, I can't remember at the moment, is going to be the action or how you're going to use this emotional energy to move forward. So for a helpful resource, we have the Moon in reverse. So I feel what Spirit is saying, that the most helpful resource for you right now, emotionally speaking, is to bring up what you feel, like what you're experiencing, this awareness and enlightenment to the surface to be used, to be expressed, regardless of how mad it may seem to some. And then how you're going to use this emotional energy, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. And I also feel like it's about an emotional release to some degree. You know, it's about, I guess, living or moving in practice with this new awakening, this new energy, this new strength, this new trust within self and in spirit, and this new resource of yours, which is this gift. intuitively tapped in and now being able to share this particular gift to some capacity for sure. Because I know that the Queen of Cups in the reverse can be a little bit withheld emotionally, which is kind of interesting beside the moon in the reverse. It's almost like they swapped energies. So it's about this wisdom, this, like we said, this awakening, this knowing that is going to be this resource, this helpful resource for you to move forward in whatever thing that's been on your mind the most. Yeah, there's a real feeling of an expression of self emotionally balanced within that. And that's because of the trust within this awakening, within this awareness, within this enlightenment for this helpful resource. And then she who laughs, humor, perspective, and mirth. Yeah, I really do feel like there's again, this smirk, there's oh, I know it now. It's like I'm privy now to the secret that I wasn't aware of before within me. This particular gift I didn't know I had or didn't trust in as much. It's this beautiful kind of, I got it this time. That's that's the way it feels. It doesn't matter if it's in this life this time, but it feels like, no, I know what I'm doing. I know what I want to do also. And I trust. That feels nice. It feels very light, very sweet. Very sweet. Strong and sweet, mind you. Okay, let's continue. The next we have is the sticking point. So a helpful resource. So while you're going through all of these energies, this awakening, this trusting the intuition, this sharing of information, this perspective change, this glee within self, finding the humor. So what might be a contender for you or a sticky point within this integration of gifts, skills, awareness may be, emotionally speaking, death in reverse. So you might still be working through trust issues when it comes to trusting your own gifts and spirit. You might be resisting this transition and this initiation into this particular gift. So maybe you might be afraid of it. Maybe there is something about that ability that frightens you in a way that's preventing you from allowing it in. When it feels like it's an innate gift that is now ready to be awakened. It's in the right time. It's the right timing for it, is what I feel. So it feels like either there's a sticking point of leaving your past self, past version of self, your past life behind. That might be the contender. It can be, like I said, about this stepping into this initiation, afraid of its particular gifts and what that will mean. I'm also getting it's like a feeling of this is just the beginning also. So maybe the sense of overwhelm and obligation and responsibility is making you fearful of really stepping into this gift. How will you use this energy though? Okay, 8 of Cups. Interesting. They're saying don't walk away from it. That's what they're really saying to you. Don't walk away from what we are gifting you, because it's yours. It's not even something per se like they're giving you. It's your time to receive this based on, for lack of a better example, your particular blueprint at this time in your evolution, And again, there's these cups in this card here. With this moon, especially because the moon came up for you first, it feels like walking away from the intuitive path. That's what it feels like. You walk away from possibly trusting still, which will linger on or delay, these particular gifts coming in. That is definitely an option. 2, I am also getting that you can be walking away from not allowing this to happen. Meaning walking away from the self-doubt, which is a very good possibility. Walking away from this is what it's giving me. It's like, if the ending won't come, I'll create the ending. You know, like there's something about that. So I don't know if you're waiting for something. This is an interesting energy. Give me a moment. Okay, Spirit's saying that more than likely you will use this energy to walk away from this feeling. That's what they're telling me. She's like, Spirit guides, there's a she. I don't usually get she's often. So she's telling me that there's a feeling of knowing that this is the sticking point, of resisting some of this. And I feel now the mystery or the awakening, just this Eihwaz, which is that reliability, strength, and trust, is what you step into. Like you walk away from your self-doubt. That's what it feels like the most. But again, for some of you, you might walk away from this intuition, so which might delay what is coming in for you anyway, which is this helpful resource. Okay, what do we have next? My soul's true path. So they're saying to me right now, this is how to get to your soul's true path, is to move through this sticking point. And this is where this Eight of Cups is sort of walking you towards, is what they're telling me, or how they're actually showing me this path. Emotionally, Warrior of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Again, not recognizing your full power. You know, and this is some of the doubt, right? But you're walking towards this and you're going to gain this. So you're going to, what your soul's true path is finding that warrior spirit within, that spark, that the tenacity to go about it, you know, which is going to be helpful with this card here. And to trust in trust in one's own ability and what you've been gifted, what you are, a part of this source consciousness. That leads you into the Seven of Wands in reverse. Sorry, I'll start you up, right? Which is, for me, feeling like I don't have to fight for this anymore. That's what it's giving me a feeling. It's like you're going to surrender to the path. That's what this is feeling like. So if you can allow the emotions, which is this Warrior of Wands in the reverse, this Queen of Wands in the reverse, temper the want to prove in some way, either to self, because you're trying to push yourself out of this energy, to prove it to yourself, like, I can do it, I'm not going to go back again. Like, they're just saying, just to temper that and know that you don't have to fight as hard, you know, for this. Surrendering is the key right now, and allowance. For this, in particular, for this awakening, this enlightenment, this awareness of self and abilities, you know, let go of the control and trust. And I think that's what you end up finding on this path here. What's next? My common sabotage. Now that's fitting for the energy I'm getting here. Absolutely, especially with this sticking point, right? So what is this common sabotage? Emotionally speaking, Eight of Cups. Look at that in the reverse. This is it. This is why I was feeling that. No shit, hey? So the common sabotage I'm hearing is like not walking away when it's time. Like you like to linger around for like they're saying like the just in case or the what ifs. They're like, you need to trust you more quickly, more promptly when you get those intuitive hits. Trust it. And this is why they're saying that resistance. Maybe this is why they need to temper this, because it might be coming from a place of I just need to get it done or do this, and then you end up again sabotaging yourself because you don't walk away from it by choice. It's almost like you force yourself to do it. Therefore, it's sort of like a bad diet yo-yo, bad yo-yo diet, you know? So the common sabotage of what I'm feeling here is you not trusting when it's the right time for you to leave, because you're not, again, really believing in your own psychic ability. How will you use this emotion? The Magician. Boom! That's what I like to see. Get it? That's what we like to see. So, how will you use this energy? You will use it to manifest. You're going to recognize this is, again, coming back to, it's a beautiful sort of, again, this path that they keep showing me. So recognizing this about yourself, knowing that you have a hard time leaving certain situations or trusting in whatever it is that this helpful resource is bringing in for you, which I do feel like it's some sort of gift, innate gift or ability, talent, something like that is being brought to the surface. Yep, that has been hidden or repressed for a while. And it's bringing you to, or pushing you towards your soul's true path. And this want to get there, to not repeat old habits, to finally step into your power, is still a contender in your mind, in your emotions, in your body. So Spirit is saying, actions-wise, you allow yourself to surrender to it eventually. But that surrendering feels like it leaves you in a vulnerable place, and you contemplate going back to your old habit. Of not believing, of not walking away. But your actions, my guys, I was going to say my girl, there's maybe a lot of feminine energies in here. I don't say this very often. So my peeps of pile 1, you end up using this energy brilliantly. You transform it. You know that you have the tools to combat this particular self-sabotage, or this common sabotage within self. And you use your own magic to go where? Let's see. To find your strength. Yes. My strength. You recognize and you find your strength within. I love that. That's perfect. And then the monarch in the reverse, which is the emperor in the reverse. Ooh, I feel that though. Like, I feel that that's where you're getting some of that strength, because you feel maybe you've been a little too passive when it comes to like this area of your life, and you might have to be a little bit, not even a little bit, like almost dictatorship with self, like that's what I feel like. That emotional power now and strength that you've gained from recognition, again, awareness of self and what you have to offer, brings in this like, again, strength, trust, reliability, this tenacity within self that's like, I'm gonna do this ish, like I'm gonna do it well, Ooh, I'm excited for you. And then the Fool, boom, brings on this beautiful new beginning, new opportunities, a new sense of self, a new you. Literally a new you. I'm giggling because I always see this card, but I never really paid so much attention that this one's sticking his tongue out. And I feel exactly like nah, like it feels childish, but like internally, this is why I felt like it was like dictatorship to self. It's like, I did it. I proved you wrong. My shadow self, my ego self, my self-sabotaging self. You're like, nah, I got it. I did it. Oh, this is exciting. I'm very excited for you. Okay, and then that leads to what? What must be released? Fair. What must be released? So you do this, you complete this task, you understand this now, and then this brings you into full clarity of like, okay, now that I've combated this particular fight I usually have with myself, what can I really let go of now, knowing this? And what is that? Emotionally, the sun. Woo! Spirit just said, being afraid of being wrong. First off. Second is, the release is of the self, the sun energy. So what must be released out, which is coming back to the sharing energy I was feeling in the beginning. This intuitive knowledge of knowing oneself now, fully immersed and aware of oneself, one's strength, one's personal power, abilities, talents, and now it's asking to be released out into the world, quite literally. And it's in its most pure form with the sun. Like, you can't get any brighter than that, especially with that solar plexus energy, full essence of you. Oh wow, how do you use this? Woo! Pile 1! The world. Get it? You literally bring it out into the world, as I was saying. That's what must be released. You bring it out. You do it. Like, it's so nice, Pile One. I'm like stoked for you. Holy schmolies. You are the one or the thing that must be released out into this world. Your full power, your essence, your intelligence, your gifts, your strength, your tenacity, your reliability, your trustworthiness, your intuitive gifts, your wisdom. Because of the understanding and you completing a particular battle within self, therefore leveling up within self, not even in a way that spirit needed you to level up per se. It was like you needed to trust you for the floodgates to technically open. And I feel that you do it. Like you get there this time. I don't think that they're going to give me a time frame at all, but we'll see what comes next. Let's see what the underlying energy is, meaning what you don't see available to you, help, or things that are happening underneath the surface. So we have how to self-protect. Okay. So Spirit wants you to protect your thoughts, protect your energy. They also said don't speak a lot about what you're doing until you launch, is what they're saying, until you launch your full self. Keep it to yourself. Interesting. Then we have the Wayfarer, the Lovers. Yeah, it's like choosing you, choosing whatever this resource is, this gift. And that's how to self-protect, is to like nurture and keep nurturing that. Whatever this is, this process, this combating or fighting this particular war within self, which is the common sabotage. That's where all the self-protection is putting love into that, in other words, is what I'm feeling. And that brings you into the Two of Pentacles. And they're just saying to keep your life in balance. Again, still talking about choice, twos. The Lovers is two people, is why I'm saying twos. And how to self-protect. Maybe there's protection within another person in particular, meaning like there's one person that you really can trust with your heart or your emotions or the things that are going around. So just be selective with who you share that information with. But I also am feeling what you don't see is there is love around you, spirit people that are protecting you energetically regardless, especially when you're juggling and trying to find the balance between combating, like I said, this self-sabotage within. You're protected while you go through this, lovingly protected with, I feel like, with people around you and with spirit. Let's see the energy. Prayer. Number 23, beautiful. Abundance, peace, and contentment. Lovely. That's what's coming in for you, love. This abundant peace and contentment within self that brings out this shine, this abundance, which is you. That's amazing. And that strength within you. Like, I feel that from this picture, like strength in posture and purpose and knowing. It's so good. Okay, my collective. Let's get your final messages. These 4 cards, the Kipper deck on the edge, is sort of giving us like, let's say for example, these would be like the 4 main areas or how it's sort of playing out, but this is what's going on, Summarizations maybe. Sudden wealth. I feel like this is about the surprise, like this shocking, not shocking, but this like, that knowing, right? This underneath, this awakening, this enlightenment, this is sort of the surprise, this gift, like I said, this talent being brought to your attention, to your awareness. That is this new opportunity. Something is beginning. Something is being nurtured, needs to be nurtured, coming to the surface, trusting in that. And community over here. And this community energy here is talking about, for me anyways, is this merging of the self, right? Of community in not doing the common self-sabotage, of trusting in one's true path. It can also have to do with this protector energy. And they're also talking about what community needs to be walked away from. whatever group of people, collective consciousness, whatever that is, what needs to be left. What is that, which we've already kind of discussed, and that's, I'm sure you know what that is or whom that is. And then unexpected income, like again, like a new you emerges into this world energy, this sun energy, this newness here. This unexpected gift brings insight into what you need to walk away from, which brings clarity on what your most common self-sabotage is, which leads you into your strength, allows you to open up to this power that, like I said, opens the floodgates of you, of your magic, of this mystery of you that may have been eluding you for some time, or you may have been deliberately eluding. So my collective, this is your beautiful messages from Spirit. This was really lovely, a nice reading for me to tap into. I'm sending you so much love. Please let me know if this resonated at all. Till next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome my pal too, who chose Mannaz and Thurisaz. I'll put them over here for now. Let's spread out your cards. Okay, my collective of pal too. So let's see what mysteries Spirit wants to let us know, or what they want to talk to you today about. So this area is going to be the overall theme, the overall energy, or what they specifically want to bring up today. All right, let's see. We have, oh, funny, a message from Spirit. So they literally just want to have a convo with you today, pile two. Let's see what about. Maybe it has more to do with this intelligence, this forethought and skill, this cleansing, catharsis, and clearing, and a change happening in your life because of this cleansing or this clearing and this skill that's being developed or being nurtured. So for the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, it's going to be the emotions underneath, behind what's happening, and the other deck, again, I will find the name, I just forgot, it's at the moment, I can't think, is going to be the actions, how you use these emotions or energies. Okay, let's see what Spirit might be referencing. The Hermit in reverse, which is introspection in this deck. They just said time to come out from the cave. The introspection period is done. You've gained what you can from this particular flow of thought. Your consciousness is being evolved, or is evolving, excuse me. Hence the intelligence, forethought, and skill with Mannaz. So, you heard Spirit. I got nothing else to say. Yeah. How you're using this. Queen of Wands in the reverse. I think you're delaying yourself is what I'm feeling. I feel like you're sort of delaying yourself from taking action or coming out of this cave analogy as they gave me. They just said you're no longer the novice. I'm hearing it's time to fly. Let's go. I'm getting an interesting pulse in my palm of my left hand. And usually when I get that, it has something to do with connections in general or something very positive coming in. Okay, let's see what's under here. Unseelie Queen, glamour, opulence, and hubris. Unseelie Queen. Yeah, the message from Spirit here is there is something that's wanting to emerge from you, out of you, for you, with you. And like I said, this introspection, this hibernation, this reclusive time now it's over, in other words, and it is now time to sort of benefit from the rest. I don't know how else to put it. Benefit from what you did in the downtime, benefit from what you cleared out, benefit from what will be cleared out. They're saying it's the opulence of your skill. the glamour of your intelligence, and the hubrisness of your foresight, forethought. That's interesting. That's beautiful. Okay, wow. All right, let's see. Where does this lead us to? The best outcome. So the best outcome for this here, about maybe you shying away from wanting to step out in some way. Let's see what they say. Meditation, which is the Hanged Man in reverse. Again, same energies. No longer needing to have a new perspective or to more deeply think about or reflect upon or find a response or answer or understanding about. It's again for you to come out with the perspective you have already gained. Like I said, you have leveled up, you've graduated. How will you use this? 5 of Cups. Again, talk about that resistance or sadness, or it can just be a little bit of fear of no longer being the novice, taking on some more responsibility. I just feel like there's a sadness about it, and I'm not sure why. I feel like it more has to do with scared. I feel scared. And for some reason, I'm not like, I know they're the same thing, but I'm not feeling scared like fear. Even though it's the exact same thing. I don't know how to describe that. I wonder, let's go on and maybe they'll help me out. What they want. Huh. I feel like what Spirit is saying, what they want. So the best outcome. Ooh. Oh. Oh, Spirit's. Okay. So Spirit's saying to me when it comes to, when I was thinking about this 5 of Cups here and the best outcome, if this is your actions, about you feeling like depleted in some way, I think this is maybe what it is. It's like, try not to allow yourself to become slave to what the public outside wants of you. So maybe there's a sense of less passivity, less complacency, more action on your part, less emotion for the time being. Then we have the 4 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, like I really do feel like I'm not gonna miss out on my own gifts or on what I've discovered in some way. Like I don't want to. So what they want you to do is to not be discontent with what's happening, or this skill that's developing, and what that clears out because of that gift or ability. Then you have the Knight of Coins. Slowly and steady. They want you to slowly and maturely, is how they're putting it. Step into form is how they're wording it. They're also giving me a sense of feeling guilty for being given this gift, which is making you feel sad about it. But you're still taking this opportunity to use it to your benefit. Like you end up using that regardless, like you do. You end up putting it into practical use. But there's this underlying guilt is what I feel. This is so interesting. Let's continue. Where wisdom is found. Okay, this is perfect. So where wisdom is found, my beauties, is probably in this path, right? So the best outcome for you is to come out of the shadow, of the hibernation, of the introspection. And how you go about it, you still feel sort of like missing out on something or wanting to go back to that novice stage like I was talking about. But what Spirit wants from you is for you to take this opportunity, for you to use it practically, and you do, with that Knight of Coins. As I said, those other underlying energies are like situational things I feel that could play out within this time frame. feel this also can be like a healthy mourning, you know, a healthy mourning of what was and where you're going now. That also can be this energy. There's a lot I'm getting with this Five of Cups. Okay, so where your wisdom lies, or where it can be found, is in the Wheel of Fortune, in the reverse, in the chance. In the chance. They're saying, they're bringing it up to me like you're the one who has to take the risk, as opposed to an opportunity sort of being given to you. That's the best, I guess, the first way I can describe what I'm feeling. It's almost like, because of this whole cave analogy they gave me from the beginning, and this introspection with the Hermit and the Hanged Man in reverse, where the wisdom can be found is, can you take a chance on your own knowledge, on the own messages Spirit has been bringing to you? All this foresight, forethought, this skill, this intelligence. You know, can you take this chance on yourself to bring in what you want, which is to flip that Wheel of Fortune in the upright? But it feels like it's a matter of you doing so. And like I said, I think you do. You practically make that step to go forward with that. And that's where you're going to find that wisdom, find that strength. Trust in what you've gained also. That's where you'll find that trust, is what I mean. You know, to find and use your power now in that Queen of Wands energy instead of being in the reverse. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Brilliant. That's where wisdom is found, in your heart, in your emotions, in your intuition, in your gifts, to change where you had been preventing yourself from stepping into listening fully to Spirit. That's awesome. Truly. Okay, let's see where we go next. My emotional needs. So again, finding that trust within your own intuition, in your own abilities, will lead you now, again, because you've taken that chance on yourself, to really clarify yourself what your emotional needs are now. How your personal cup can get filled up almost like instantaneously, or automatically, or very timely, you know? And you're gaining this wisdom from, again, all of this is so beautifully connected. There's again, maybe this is more a sense of all of the things that I said, you know, as opposed to just one. And that process leads you into clarity of your emotional needs. And what may that be? Six of Cups in the reverse. You need balance, reciprocity, equal give and take. You understand your personal boundaries too now. You know it doesn't work for you anymore. What brought you, partially they said, what brought you into that hermit cave vibe? Your emotions, your things, your emotional needs were not being met on a regular, everyday basis. You know, and there's an awareness to this Five of Cups of being like, it really does feel like somebody has matured faster. It's like that kid being gifted and you get to skip 3 grades, but all your friends are below. That freaking sucks as a kid. It's brilliant for your future and for your mind and your growth, but that sucks. You know, so like, it feels something like that. Interesting. And then the Sun in the reverse. You still dim it. You still dim it a bit. You still don't fully express that yet. Maybe because I don't think the opportunity is here yet. Hence this Wheel of Fortune, what comes in, where the wisdom is found. But like presently, I feel how you go about it is you still move. Like you're moving from this place knowing this, and it feels they're giving me this like a shield. Like a circular shield for you. And then like they're holding it up like that, you know? So it feels like there's so much light that's coming through it that if you ain't coming in truth, you're just gonna get blinded or knocked over. So you're recognizing your full power in your own personal emotional boundaries. And you're moving with that. I like that. What does that happen? What happens next? You learn how to communicate your emotional needs. Woo! So you find full clarity on what that is for you. And now you're learning how to communicate that. How perfect could that be? Because that's usually sometimes the hardest part to freaking do. How will you go about that emotionally? Freedom. Boom, shakalaks. That's so weird. It's the Chariot. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I couldn't put that together. I couldn't see the 7 I thought there. Regardless, how to communicate swiftly, balanced, in control, free, truthful. It's like a full, like again, the sun almost energy in the upright is what I'm feeling. Like how you communicate is direct, under control, understanding oneself, emotionally balanced, grounded, and clear. And tender, you know, but it's just direct tenderness as opposed to soft and sweet and a little bit more doughy. It would be the way I would describe this emotion, you know, your prior self before you went into this cave energy, a little bit more doughy. And this now feels like, that's why they're saying this is why we said bring yourself into form. You know, this is what they're talking about. This is awesome, which leads to that cleansing, catharsis, and clearing, right? That this change, this chance to change. That leads you into the 2 of Wands in the reverse. I'm feeling like the plan's already been made, or there's no need to make a plan on how to communicate, because you will feel so free. You will understand self so much more. It won't be like this sort of battle to like read you in some way, because you'll be able to communicate it much more clearly. I love that for you. Okay, let's see what the underlying energy is, meaning what you don't see that's underneath the surface, help available to you, etc. We have past influences. So saying past influences, what you've learned from your past, your history, your past lives, your ancestral past too is what they're giving me. But they're specifically talking about the past influences or the past events that have happened prior to you going into this cave, hermit, introspective energy. This is what's actually what's actually being helpful to clear out what has been blocking you, the past energies that have been blocking you presently, or that may still be blocking you as you're going through these energies. Emotionally, we have awakening, which is freaking perfect. In the reverse, we have judgment in the reverse. So what I'm getting here is it's not repeating past cycles again. It's like you are fully finished. There's no second chances in these past influences. I'm not going back to this energy or this way of being. And you can't, in all fairness. You have already graduated and it's not possible. But the past influences have allowed some of this wisdom and nurturing for you to be able to use these skills, use what you've gained in your present trajectory. See how you use this energy. 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yes, no longer feeling lack, left out, put out, alone. Yeah, it's like you really do step into that glamour and opulence of yourself. Oh, this is great. Let's see. Yeah, Athling, beautiful. Nobility, grace, gratitude, that they keep coming back to that. It's like you've handled yourself so well, and with whatever turbulence or situations that had been going on in your life, like Spirit's literally saying, this is why we just need to give you this message. Like, it's okay for you to come out now because you've handled yourself like a G, like you really are. And how they say this: glamour, opulence, hubris, nobility, grace, and gratitude. Like, it's all like you did good, my friends. You did good. So come out. It's time for you to shine. Time for you to communicate. Time for you to honor exactly what this was. Let go of any guilt that might come in. You deserve it. Aw. Okay, my collective, let's see your closing messages. This is the closing messages for your reading. I want to talk really fast for you guys. Like my tongue can't even keep up. So sorry for all the blunders. So this is going to be like sort of the overall feeling that's sort of summing up what's really happening in here, or just giving some more context as to what's going on, to be fair. Marriage. So remember when I said that this feeling in my palm either has something to do with connection or something good, you know? And this may have been a marriage. This may have been this a separation of something that you thought was supposed to be everlasting, is how they're wording it to me. And what Spirit is saying, because I do feel like this clearing, cleansing, and catharsis, it feels like it's ended to some degree, or its connection isn't, they're saying, no longer mendable in a way that can create a solid union. This is for some. So if this message doesn't apply, please, leave it out. But there is some sort of union or partnership or something about that energy that put you in this introspection energy. This intelligence, forethought, and skills, is what I feel like you've gained from this dynamic. You learned something about yourself, about the dynamic, about relationships, about people. It made you run away, or it hurt you deeply, is what I feel. It feels like it feels like you felt you've been lied to. Courthouse. Whoa. Yeah, my friend. So maybe you were lied to. Maybe this actually does have to do with marriage or some sort of union, some sort of contractual agreement. And it feels like your decision or the decision has already been made. Hence, we're going to the courthouse to find out what the end results will be, but it feels like the intention, the feelings, it's solid. People know what's going down now. So, wow. Then mature woman. So two energies. This can be an interference that was in the marriage that brought in some of this sadness, that brought in this cave energy. It can also be the maturing of you based on what you went through. It can play out in either way. Ooh. Yeah, either way. I'm going to say either way. I was going to leave that. Okay, and then thief. Wow, it does feel like an interference in some way. Wow, my pal too. What an interesting outer layer, like this courthouse and thief energy. It's like, it does feel like something felt like it was taken from you. That's what it feels like. And this is why this Thurisaz is here, for this cleansing, this change, this clearing. You handled yourself with grace. You did nothing wrong, is what I feel like. This is still echoing to both. This feels like you mature out of the situation, and also there was an interference in whatever this was that led you into this hermit vibe. And what made you really step back and to use your wits and your smarts about how do I move forward with this. And hence why the best outcome came out first. This makes much more sense. It's like you don't need to hide anymore. I know this hurt you, absolutely, but you took that. What they want from you is to take the opportunity, what you're doing, slow steps, slow and steady, to make that change, to bring in, what did they say here? Yeah, to bring in the wisdom that you need, or the information that you need, which is emotional reciprocity, balance, real love, real communication. That Six of Cups, your emotional needs, how to communicate this, what got stolen from you, this shield, all of it sort of fitting into this in whatever way this is playing out for you in this particular union of sorts. It feels like, sneeze. That definitely needs, again, get released from your life. Oh, my beautiful collective of Pal 2. I am sending you so much love. I'm giving you a spiritual hug. I hope you can feel it. Like Spirit said, you've done good. So continue to do the work. Know that you've done the right thing for yourself. Your help is learning from this. No more second chances. You stepping into that full power and your maturity. And actually, they're also saying like stealing back your own nobility, your own opulence, your own hubrisness. Like this is also what they're talking about. And stealing the communication also. You taking control of the dialogue, the talk, the information. Wow, okay. Sending you so much love, my beauties. Until next time, please water your lives. Please keep watering your lives. Let me know if this resonated in any way. Please leave a comment, a like. I would love that. Till next time, ciao. Welcome my pal 3 who chose Ingwaz and Perthro. We're going to put those over there for now. Let's spread out your cards. Okay, my collective of pile 3. Let's see what mysteries Spirit wants to reveal to us, what they want us to let us know, what the main theme is. Let's get into it. So for you, we have the best path to take. So what it feels like to me, my collective of pile 3, it feels like whatever's been most, I guess, active in your life recently when it comes to needing to make a decision. This Ingwaz is the one that's really making me think about what this could be about for you. And if it's talking about common sense, caring, and love, is there something that's hidden within this that you're trying to find? Are you seeking out love? Are you seeking a way out of love? Because this hidden meaning, fellowship, and initiation, it feels like something underneath the surface isn't known, which is why you're asking what the best path to take is. Let's see. So for the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot, we're looking at the emotions behind the best path to take, and then this deck over here is going to let us know the actions you take, how you move about using these emotions. All right, so we have the Spirit of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So they're bringing me to the feeling first of like moving away from something. And if this has to do with like now being able to use your common sense when it comes to love, that feels applicable. Like initiating yourself into a new path of worthiness, of receptivity in some way. They said no longer apologizing for asking for what you want. Interesting. Okay. Let's see this. Woo! And then we have death. Dang. Like, yeah, it literally feels that way. The best path to take is like end whatever this is. And it's bringing me back to like, again, now knowing or using more common sense based on past experience and lessons learned. You know, it's like putting an end to this particular way of being or connections or way of connecting. This is so interesting. So, this is the only card that came out in reverse, and I wasn't going to use reversals. And they said, please leave it this way. And I was like, okay. So we have Elf-struck, number 18. Enchanted, beguiled, enspelled. So this makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So what it feels like, what Spirit is saying to you, the mystery that they're revealing to you, is showing you a way out, showing you the path that is best for you to end the situation or the one that you've been in to some degree. It's like completing that cycle. It's like, as they said, no longer enchanted or bewitched by it, no longer enspelled by whatever illusions or delusions may have been present in the past. They're saying like this one's like a cut cold turkey. Even though it's not necessarily like a full cold turkey, because it's like they're saying it's been a long time coming, or There was nowhere else for this situation, connection to go. Interesting, pile 3. And this initiation, they're bringing me to like the hidden meaning. So like the hidden meaning behind all of what happened, I feel, was to strengthen this part of you, this Ingwaz part of you, which is that common sense, caring, and love. You know, it's like no longer sacrificing yourself for love in some degree without it being a reciprocal energy exchange. There's something about that. Let's continue. Interesting. So we have next the negative. So what I'm feeling here is two things. Either the negative side of coming to this clarity, coming to this understanding, the negative side of the situation, even though it's already pretty shitty to begin with. And or try not to put too much focus on the negative. Let's see what they say emotionally. 2 of Cups. Whoa. This is no joke here. So what I'm feeling here, if we're talking about the best path to take, and what I'm feeling from this energy is non-apologetically ending something, no longer being bewitched or blindfolded by whatever. And what would be negative within this particular overview or their response or how they would like you to respond, in other words, is if you show too much compassion, too much emotion, too much forgiveness, you know, and that choice to come to, no, like I'm feeling that even more so for you. Like if you make it too sweet or give them too much of the benefit of the doubt, you will find yourself back in this cycle of something. How do you use this energy? 7 of Cups, confusion. So you're confused on how to deal with it because you don't necessarily want a negative response, but I'm not sure, my friend, that you can avoid that. You have options, in other words, and you are trying to find your best way to navigate through this negative situation. You want to show compassion. That is what you want. That's what's being said here. But I really do feel like they're saying to me like the compassion has been outlived. You know, it's like now it needs more directness. Doesn't mean that you have to be malicious or have sort of any ill intent. But it's now like you have to choose what's best for you. And unfortunately, for now, you need to not consider what's happening around you and really be selfish in this matter. That's what I'm feeling. Let's continue. Intuition secrets. So I'm feeling like follow the intuition. You will make that decision. You will come out of that confusion. Revolution. And that's the Tower. What I'm getting from the Tower energy is trust in what you feel. If you feel, and they're saying like initially what you feel, try not to overthink and over-rationalize the emotion. That's how they're giving it to me. And this intuition secret is like there's something that is coming to you in a type of flash, which is why I'm getting this intuitive hit. A moment of clarity, of knowing what to do or how to move forward. But I do think that it is going to require a little bit of quieting the mind for you to be able to feel this jolt. Let's see how you use this energy. Okay, 10 of Wands in the reverse. I feel that they're giving me more of a sense of laying down the burden, of allowing this crumbling to happen. I feel that's what you end up doing. It's like you're not going to fight your intuition or fight the circumstances or situation any longer. Makes more sense to let it crumble, because all of this energy here doesn't feel very loving, to be fair. Let's continue. Then your future joy. So what I'm feeling here, okay, oopsie, sorry. What I'm feeling here, my beautiful pal threes, is Spirit is revealing some of this mystery of the best path to take when it comes to something that needs to end or is ending or dying in your life. There is a new phase wanting to open up for you. And they're asking you how to deal with this circumstance that's happening right now. Is, yes, we understand that you want to show compassion and love, and you still can, like we said, but you need to make up your mind about what works for you, what really makes sense for you, what hasn't been even for you, what has been hidden. You know, this lightning bolt, this tower energy comes in to amplify and provide for you a sense of security within your intuitive nudges. I feel like that's what it is, and that allows you to let go of the burden of holding on to whatever you have been holding on to, the relationship, the dynamic, the people, the lifestyle even. And so it's leading you into knowing what your future joy might be more, knowing what your future joy feels like more, you know, as opposed to what you've been in. There's a sense of knowing this is not the right feeling for me. So I'm going to go towards that future joy. Interesting. So I get two feelings. We have the Four of Wands in the reverse. So what I get here, two things, is again, if this has to do with marriage or a partnership or some sort of connection, it feels like your future joy comes in the detachment of this connection, of this union per se, of this past celebration, of past hopes. It's like relieving and again letting it crumble. Second energy I'm getting is your future joy lies in the unconventional, in the non-traditional. And it might be for some about going solo for a while. They're like emphasizing the hand in this Four of Wands here. And it's this hand emerging out of the earth, and they're saying like finally getting to put my imprint down, not in the shadow of somebody else. This is interesting. Pile 3. Let's see how you use this energy. Queen of Cups, Queen of Coins in the reverse. You are like you let go of a sense of security or instability to some degree. And again, I feel like if this is a separation of any kind, there is a big like, I'm going to be going from, you know, like for example, living in a 4-bedroom house to a bachelor, a single, or a 1-bedroom apartment. You know, there's that kind of energy, but there's, for me, I feel like excitement for this newness. You know, even though there might be a downsizing of some kind, there's this want and this freshness in the energy, in the air, this clarity about like, holy schmoly, like no more wasting time now. Wow, okay. Then what's next? How support is present. There we go. Speaking of downsizing, right? Where is help available to you? You'll find that. Let's see. Potential, the Fool in the reverse. Ooh, I love this for you. Again, I'm not feeling any type of fear, any type of hesitation. I feel there's times when the Fool for me in the reverse talks about starting again, but not as a baby, not from scratch. Is coming back to it from experience again, obviously from what you've just been through or are going through. And you're ready for this untapped potential, you know, and that's how support is present for you to find the right connections, people, jobs, environment, etc., for you to feel more nourished, satisfied, balanced, loved. How do you use this energy? 9 of Wands in the reverse. Again, I feel like you step into a sense of flow. And I feel like there's whatever may have been holding you back in the past from releasing this. It's like, it's almost the feeling that I'm getting, especially with the 9 and 10 of Wands, and because of the fact that I generally feel the 9 of Wands is finish what you start in the upright, and having the 10 of Wands in the reverse and the 9 of Wands, it's sort of like, I'm okay not finishing this. Like, I thought this was going to have a better completion or a smoother end, and it's not, and I'm still okay. I feel like I literally, like, I washed my hands of you. Like, again, speaking of that hand, you know, death to this situation. I am ready for this new rebirth, this initiation of my untapped potential. Wow, pile 3. Where do you go from there? What the situation actually is now. Okay. So you see how the support is present, and so what you discover in what the situation is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Interesting. It's, again, it feels like coming back to that clarity. You understand that this never really had a solid foundation, that it was always on the sort of rocky ground of, they're giving me like material stickiness, like searching or reaching for particular external aspirations more so than the home unit or the unit within. And that it became a detachment from self, from connection, from people. And again, the innocence or the purity of what connection, love, union feels like, or what you want to feel, was not really fully grounded, is what I'm getting. Grounded. And it doesn't feel like a false start. It feels like a potential that never bloomed, from what I'm getting right now, more so because of the fact that the partner maybe wasn't 100% emotionally invested, meaning I don't even know if they understand what that means. Not like they chose not to. Like, there's a sense of lack of emotional maturity within this energy, but mentally adept, you know? Interesting. Okay. And then we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. And that's telling me again, perspective gained, lesson learned, clarity found. I understand. I understand why this has to end, why this can't continue the way it has been, why I have to find my future joy within myself and choosing myself now. About trusting my intuition, of letting go of this burden, of choosing wisely when it comes to love, gaining more, strengthening, I should say, the common sense, the love sector, revealing the hidden truths of this dynamic, which is going to initiate you into this new version of you. Wow. Okay, so let's see what's underneath what you may not see, your underlying help. What will test me? Oh man, have you not been tested enough? Damn. Shit. Okay, so the underlying help is, this is all it tests for you. Again, coming back to this Ingwaz rune, this caring, common sense, and love. This is what this has been teaching you. This is what this test, to me, I feel, has been about, to initiate you into the maturing of you. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Coins in the reverse, right? Figuring that out, and you find that. You find that. From going from this energy to this energy, back into this energy. You know, but you find it this time on your own, it feels like. Before, it's like, I don't know, there's something about it that just wasn't equal, wasn't matched, wasn't balanced, and I just keep feeling like this one-sided thing here. Let's see how you use this energy. 3 of Wands, that's right. Waiting for those ships to come in, using the knowledge gained so that you can move forward. That's what will test you, and that's what you gather. You know, you gather all this information, this knowledge, this clarity within self, within the situation, using that energy now to find that Queen of Pentacles in the upright now. You know, this is what's coming in for you. Your own nurturing, stable home within self, within your environment, within your community. It's lovely. And then we have Mabun, number 37, shining hope and future. Yes, your future joy. You have the shining hope there, my friend. This is a full, like, one energy. You know, there's this is what this is leading you into, is a perspective of you can also do this on your own. You don't need to rely on anybody, and you may have thought you needed to before to get something, to sustain something, but you've learned that about yourself. That's brilliant. And they're also saying when you release this, it's like your future is hopeful, you know, and it's shining brightly, leading that way, you know. And again, not going into the future delusional about connections or love or anything for that matter, whatever this might be about for you. No longer beguiled and enchanted and enspelled by people, charisma. Like, it's like this this is the way I'm feeling. It's coming out from the shadowy veil and stepping into like this crystal light veil. So it's like one is like cloaking the truth and one is like an x-ray of truth. That's what I'm feeling, I'm seeing here. That's awesome. Okay, so your closing messages. This is sort of like encircling this energy that's happening right now. First we have message. So maybe you find something out, and that's what brings this ending for you. This in self, like emotionally done, which allows an opening to find out what the best path to take, which is that initiation into false person. Maybe that's what the message is about. How this person, this connection has been false to you, to the connection. Like I said, wasn't fully emotionally there yet. Maybe again, just wearing a mask. Interesting. Coffin. Whoa. That's what I'm talking about. There's like an ending that is clear because of information gained. Clarity that came in. I'm telling you, there is an ending. But again, the initiation, the rebirth, that revolution, you know, out of this false energy into, wow, a new sense of lovers. And again, two energies here. The past lover, Two of Cups. You have so much love energy here. The past lover feels like was a false person. That's what it feels like. Not anything new. This is what you're again, the circling energy, right? This message brings an end to this. This false person is probably the lover, the person we're talking about. There's a new opening, an initiation into a new type of love. Again, revealing the hidden truths, right, of these false persons. No longer naive and more, like we said, more sense when it comes to this love energy in your life. No longer romanced by words is what I just heard. Swept away by the emotion. Wow, Pile 3. I keep getting a lot of like separation energies recently. So if this feels like repeated messages and you've been in those piles, then you know Spirit is like trying to drill it in. But I'm sending you so much love, and just know that this is like, it's beautiful for you. You know, your future is bright. And if you haven't come to that decision or conclusion, or don't have the information just yet, just wait for it, as what I feel. You know, like that side eye, just like, I see you. I see you. So, and then you'll make your move. My collective Pile 3, I'm sending you so much love. Until the next time I read for you, keep watering your lives. Please let me know if this resonated or resembles anything that's going on in your life. Please leave a like. I'd love to hear about it. Till next time, ciao.